Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to a little bit more ball pit. I don't think... No, these are all filled. Somebody was telling me one of my stone mines was empty. Either that or it was an older video. I don't know. Anyway, I'm running out of things to do in this game, and that is entirely okay. What am I going to do with myself? Okay. We're going to do Spendthrift. I want to see what this looks like, because I don't think I've ever paired these two together. We're going to do Boneyard++. I'm just going to mess around with the Empty Nester, because it feels like she's the only character I haven't, like, really done much with. Okay, so what are we doing? We want to do Black Hole. Black Hole is light, fire, darkness. And then we want to mix it with, well, I guess Vampire Ghost, which means none of these. None of these. We can do a quick restart, at least for this one. I've really enjoyed this game. I thought it was extremely fun and well made and genuinely interesting. It's just fun to play around with. Okay, there's one of them. And let's grab Hand Mirror just so I don't... Well, do you want to go Hand Fan? Let's go Hand Fan. Just give me a little bit of stuff to work with. Let's see. There's light. Alright. And then all I need is darkness and we are golden. I don't even know. Okay. We want to go for Wings of the Anointed if I can manage it. We want to get my initial ball speed to be as high as possible. You know, the trick on this one is actually to kill the boss. Might be a little bit of a doozy with the black hole that I'm planning. We're gonna figure it out. Probably. Okay, let's grab Radiant Feather. It was kind of tempting to go for the Mirror and the Quiver. Because yeah, if I can be functionally immune to any and all ranged attacks, that makes most things pretty easy. Okay. None of these. I'm just gonna banish that. Grab the light. I think we're gonna go for, yeah, Soul Sucker. Soul Sucker is actually pretty good. Passes through enemies and saps them. So that might actually be the solution to my problem. Because the boss would block the ball otherwise. But if I potentially... Wow, we got a field clear on New Game++. Was not expecting that. I was honestly expecting this to be a little harder, but who knows? I know nothing about what New Game++ is supposed to offer, so, I don't know. Okay, so we're still looking for the Darkness Orb. I might as well go for the Sun. Go for the Evolution, grab Soul Sucker. The nice part is we're firing multiple suns at once, so we, hopefully are stacking, like, just an insane amount of burn. There's a lot of orbs on the field, at the very least. And it's one of those where I was really hoping that we get like an announcement or like a big patch within the first month of this game's launch. I totally understand why we didn't get something like that. Let's see. Now that orb is not so helpful. I was hoping to get at least the Darkness Orb. We might still be able to pull it off. Since we're playing on not any of the fast modes, we can take our time with this one. Please be Darkness. Dang it. It's either Darkness or Boots. I guess I'll grab Hand Mirror, just because. Or do we want to grab Hourglass? Let's grab Hourglass. Okay, it does mean I need to get the boots, though I don't need the boots as much, or the sandals, just because the feather gives us the shot speed that we actually need. The full Wings of the Anointed combo is mostly just for convenience sake, more than anything else. Alright, let's see, what was I going to say? But yeah, I don't know, I was kind of hoping, there it is. I was hoping we'd get an announcement at least of like more content, but I get it. It's rare that I find games that I'm specifically greedy for. No, we've got at least another level. There it is. We don't really need the crit from below. Evolution, black hole. Okay, so now we just gotta get black hole up to... I wonder if black hole is covered by that. Probably not. Alright. It's feeling kind of good. Do we just need the boots? Wait, I'm a dingus. Whatever. Go for fission, max these both out. We really don't need that many more orbs. Okay. Yeah, I can't pick most things up. For obvious reasons. And we don't care about cash. Guess I'm gonna just banish that sucker. Can't do anything with it. Alright, here we go. Fusion, Soul Sucker, and Black Hole. So, no actual fusion to be had here. It's mostly just the fact that we've got an insta-kill gun. It's not as good as Black Hole Sun. I'm going to say that right now. However, it is very satisfying. All the same. Okay, just go for fission. Gets me a bunch of gold. Might be able to re-roll a couple times to get what I'm looking for. Or not, you know, the very real possibility we just end up completely bereft of the sandals. And that is okay. Holy shit, that does so much damage. Credit where credit is due. It's not as good of a screen clear as... There it is. It's not as good of a screen clear, whatever, as Black Hole Sun. However, it's still pretty good. Alright, get the evolution, get Wings of the Anointed. Level up. Nope, don't have enough money. I'm so glad that I can defer. That is such a nice change. Actually, let's grab Magnet. And max Magnet out. Same thing with Wings of the Anointed, and then we stop. The reason for Magnet is mostly for catching bees. Like, if the orbs go back, I want to be able to potentially hoover them up to fire them out faster. Yeah, this is pretty good. I made a death laser. I made a Bond villain death beam. It is effective, too. This is part of the reason why, though, I don't think I'm going to be progressing, like, too much further. If there's builds I haven't tried yet, maybe. And there are, I'm sure. There's only so much you can do in this situation. Okay, so here's the question. We pierce Skeleman, right? Are we just going to kill the shit out of him before he even spawns just by pummeling him? Yep. Oh, that's so good. Like, you don't get the satisfaction of the actual boss fight and watching the health bar just go down, but there is something extremely satisfying about this dang gun. Oh, man. Alright. So what do we do now? Like, that's the problem. I've kind of chipped through this game. Are there builds that I could still go with? Yeah. But not many. I'm sad to say that Spendthrift and Empty Nester does not work. I was hoping it would fire all of the balls out in a radial pattern so I could have a black hole shotgun. But no, I have a death beam instead. So be it. What do we want to do? I still like Physicist. Oh, I was doing Shade in something. No, that wouldn't work. I was trying to think, Shade and Shield Bearer would be really interesting if I had a hard Pierce build. Oh. Let's do that. Okay, let's go Fast Plus. I've seen a lot of people say that, like, yeah, I'm not using the Shield Bearer particularly well. They are completely correct. But it still feels like there's some things I could do. So I could go for Easy Vampire. What I need to do is get Ghost, or one of its analogs. Let's go Vampire, get that up in the mix, and grab the rubber headband, just because. I'm actually finding New Game. We are on New Game Plus Plus, right? We must be. Do I want to just grab Cell? Sure. The problem is that initial ball speed is terrible, which makes some of this considerably harder to work with. Yeah, especially the Iron Ball, which is already slow enough. Okay, go for the evolution. So I could go for Assassin. This is another option. Yeah, let's grab Assassin. This might honestly just be easier. Okay. Yeah, what I want is to get, ideally, Ghost Orb here. And see if I can get it so that we can backstab the heck out of things. And effectively have my balls bouncing back and forth. Oh. I don't think this is going to work with a rubber band. Let's just start over. There's the Ghost Orb. Okay. And we want to go for Fleet Feet. The daggers would be good. But I think we want to go for shot speed more than anything else. Backstab dagger is good. I think the thing is, going for 100% crit chances, it feels like a fool's errand. It often doesn't behave the way I want it to. So we could go for Wind. But I think we want to grab Reacher's Spear in the meantime. Because getting the Reacher's Spear combo would be very good. Okay, do I want to grab Wind? It's a good alternative to, yeah, we're gonna go for Wind. That's the evolution. So, passes through the front of enemies, but not the back. Backstabs do bonus damage. I think I'm going to go for Assassin just to make that ball a little bit better. Let's see. Ruby Hilted Dagger for the backstabs. Yeah, we still want to get the Feather. And we want to get the Crit Amulet. Okay, go for that. Because it's a little slower, but going for a piercing high-speed bounce with some crit could actually be really good. One of the problems I have with this character specifically is just that a lot of my balls get stuck behind things. I know what I said. And that can get really tricky, especially if I'm getting mobbed. Oof. Bad timing. I know there's a mod that specifically makes it so that you can hold reserves, those orbs in reserve. That actually is quite tempting. Let's grab the Cell Ball, but... I'm like, I could just do Shuriken and Ghost, just so it has auto pass through. Because we don't want Inferno. We don't want Laser. Okay. Ooh. I didn't think of that one. Freezes any enemy it passes through. Yeah. Okay, that's a good compliment with Ghost. I was having a devil of a time making this build work. I think part of it is actually being able to reflect things back upwards for a bunch of damage is actually quite good. Snag that. I don't know. I don't want any of these. Come on, man. Okay, there it is. Deadeye's Amulet. Okay, Evolution. So I could also do Blizzard, but I don't know if that pierces. I forget. Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb and hope for Blizzard. It seems like Blizzard pierces. It might not. Damn. I thought it did. I guess let's find out. It does not. It's still extremely good. Well, do we want to just get Soul Sucker then? Sure. Okay. This didn't exactly work the way I wanted it to, but I'm not, like, hating on it. Okay, so now we have the chance of insta-kill. It's not particularly amazing, but it's not terrible. Let's see. And max this out. It is so fascinating that I'm playing... Like, I used to play this game on this speed and thought this was good. And then I thought this was kind of fast. And now that I'm up to ×3 speed, I'm just like, yeah, actually, this is kind of yawn-worthy. We're a little slow. It's so weird. Okay, Soul Sucker. Let's see. Passes through enemies. I mean, yeah, this is good for that. I'm still hoping for the feather, but it's not showing up the way I'd like it to. And by that I mean it's not showing up at all. And that is okay, probably. Yeah, so we're not able to use the shield bearer nearly as effectively as I would have liked. And so be it. You know, it's not the end of the world. I was just curious if I could do like a more Pierce-focused build. So I wouldn't have to worry about balls ricocheting back and forth. And we will, it's just the run's going to be over before I actually get the Pierce going. Okay, let's do a fusion. Do I want to do Soul Sucker and Blizzard? I think so. And then let's just fuse these two together. And then more cell balls. Reason why cell is mostly just for quantity, not quality. Yeah, I like the AoE from behind Pierce. That's pretty good. It's a little tricky to get the aim on it. But yeah, if I do it correctly, I can kind of keep the orb going for long periods of time. Or I get distracted and miss, and that's entirely okay, actually. Let's just go for the Diamond Hilted Dagger. We're hitting a lot of these guys front and back. And that is okay. Let's get a Wind Orb. We might as well stack all of these. We're not going to get the Feather, after all. I think it might have gone by at this point and I missed it, but so be it. I like to see that the insta-kill build is actually working out reasonably well. It's something I kind of theorized, but never, like, fully built into. I think I want to try it again. I mean, it would be amazing if I could get the insta-kill build. Really, it's just the insta-kill spear comboed with the 100% crit chance dagger. It would be insane. The only immediate problem is getting that to work. It is slightly nightmarish. Anyway, let's just hang out here. Didn't work. How the hell did I dodge that? Yeah, so we're pretty much just going to be plinking him from behind. How have I done this completely hitless? The hitboxes on these characters must actually be considerably smaller than I thought. Oh, well, I finally get distracted looking at the crown and how much health the boss has. I think you can actually turn on an option to see what your hitbox size is. I've just been feeling it out this entire time, and it hasn't really mattered. So it looks like character housing caps at level 3. So this was kind of a wash. This was actually kind of good. Okay. Do I want to do... these two? Yeah, they're a fun combo. The only immediate fear mostly boils down to we're going to need some fire rate. Okay. I want to do Hemorrhage. I think with this one. Get some AoE up in this. And do we want to go for the Ethereal Cloak? Kind of? Yeah. So the only thing is, we kind of don't want... oh, there's that. We really do not want to go for a Cornucopia on this one. Which is extremely funny, considering you think it would be like the #1 upgrade. But at this point, we've gone so far past that it's fatal. Let's see. I think I can skip both of these. Like, I go for Warhorn. But yeah, I think I literally just don't have the fire rate to make that work. Do I want to get Sandstorm? Yeah. I picked up Earth for just an AoE. And Sandstorm would be a good combo. Spider Queen. Why Spider Queen? Because Maggots doesn't work as well against the boss. I think it is better, I just don't know how much better it is. Yeah, I'll see if I can go for the full piercing combo just for extra Blender Man. We definitely want the sharp bow, though. Let's see. Not quite yet. I might not have a choice on this one. There we go. We want to get this up to level 3. And get the boots. Go for the evolution, sandstorm. I'm just going to turn off auto fire for a bit. Okay, so we actually do a decent job of clearing my setup. There's the bleed. I'm just going to go for a hemorrhage spider queen. I don't know if I've done that combo before. I think I have. It's generally a good one. And then I will probably mix in some other bleed with the sandstorm. Nah, I don't really want any of these. Get the bleed. The hemorrhage is just so convenient from a, like, boss and big enemy slaying potential. There's the feather. Unfortunately, we don't do that much damage here. It's quantity, but magnitude not so much so. But that's okay. Because now we got hemorrhage. But stay away from that one for a hot second. Get feather. Every time a ball hits a wall, it does extra damage on the next hit. Actually is kind of good. We also have the upturn hatchet, which is kind of good. I think I'm better off with the upturned hatchet, given the situation. Okay, snag that. Get us the wings of the anointed. Let's see. Don't want to go for the crit. Yeah, so this is doing a decent chunk of damage. I don't think it's as fully as amazing as some of the other builds I'm going to cook up, but that's okay. Alright, snag those. Another bleed ball? Yeah, another bleed ball. And I can mix that with darkness for the curse. I can mix it with leech. Leech would be interesting. I just don't know if it's good. So the reason for leech, or is it sacrifice or whatever it is namely we want to apply as much bleed as we possibly can to them. To trigger, how have I completely... Hemorrhage. There we go. I was thinking a sanguinate or eviscerate, and it's like, no, that's not quite it. There's no reason why I need to focus on the boss in particular. They're toast. Yeah, every once in a while you notice it hits for like 3,000 damage. So, here's the question with leech. 2 stacks of bleed per second. You know, let's give it a go. Do we go for the evolution? Yeah. Because we want to give it as much time to get levels as we can. Rather than going for the fusion. Alright. This is looking pretty good. Yeah, we never got the other piercing thing that allows my shots to pierce through enemies sideways. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to do a fusion, Spider Queen, Hemorrhage. So now all the baby balls from Spider Queen can trigger Hemorrhage, which should be pretty good. That's a lot of bleed there. Puts us in a good spot. We just need another leech and another orb, which we'll probably get. There it is. Yeah, I haven't been counting how many orbs I get on New Game Plus Plus. There it is. That was actually something I was kind of wondering about and hoping for. So Sandstorm now applies Leech. So now we're ideally going to be putting leeches on everything, which means an extra 2 stacks of bleed per second. I don't think it's going to be that amazing of damage, but it sets us up so that we have tons of bleed on enemies for hemorrhage to proc off of. There's some question on whether or not we need to proc the bleed of hemorrhage off on anything, but hey. Like, we could just kill them with regular damage. These guys aren't that tough. But the boss is certainly going to be kind of painful. Come here, sir. I want to bounce my balls off of your crown, you heard me. Well, it's a hell of a lot of crits, I'll give it that much. Shame these projectiles cannot be destroyed with my own. It's actually interesting, this might be one of the only bosses where that's true. The fireballs from the dragon are also affected in the same way. Okay, grab the gold. Get over here. It's a little tricky getting some of these dodges, but that's okay. Well, he tried. Alright. That actually was pretty lackluster. Then again, like, this didn't get the chance to spawn until late. This actually did a shit ton of damage, as did this one. This was less good than I thought it was going to be. Well, that's a shame. But that's okay. We won. Let's see. What do we want to do? I think I have, what, 2-3 runs left in me? A physicist in this situation is terrifying. Ah. But if I do physicist juggler, we get automatic flash. I can't believe I haven't tried this combo before. Okay. What do we want to mix with this? I could do overgrowth, I could do bleed. I could do... The problem is I have a wealth of options, but it's a wealth of options I've largely tried. I could try and go for just the bleed curse. Go for sacrifice? Yeah, let's go for sacrifice. I always feel like I haven't given that one enough of a shake. I don't know, let's be silly and see if I can get 100% crit too. Let's see. Banish. We do have lasers. Also could be good. I'm going to snag it. Because I think I want to prep for a holy laser. What am I going to do with the holy laser? I don't know. Give it another status effect. Let it do a thing. Okay. Yeah, the problem is a lot of my shots are missing. We definitely, we want the silver blindfold, but we don't want the silver blindfold. I almost got trapped by that one. Well, do we want to go for hemorrhage anyway because I'm here? Sure. I was going to go for curse, but hemorrhage it is. Evolution, go for flash. Okay, let's grab this. So I can do hemorrhage. I recognize I'm a little obsessed with some of the balls over other ones, like flash and hemorrhage and whatnot. They just have really funny interactions, and I'm always looking for like the most powerful expressions of those. Even if it's not necessarily the most balanced. I'm going to banish Egg Sac. We're just not going to use it. Same thing with Ghost. A number of these could be good. I'm just going to go for the levels on that one. Okay. Kind of works. Yeah, this is where this character becomes just a little spicy dicey. Could do cold laser. Could try and set up for radiation beam. Well, there's radiation beam. Okay. This is gonna hurt. There it is. We're good. I'm going to grab Reacher's spear. Am I? No, we're going to grab Cell for the beam. Or I could do Holy Laser. I think I'm going to try and go for the hemorrhage. Well, we do have the... No, we don't. There we go. Okay, so we have one evolution, radiation beam. And we have one fusion. Flash hemorrhage. Okay, so there's the big AoEs that we've been fiending for. What now? Yeah, do I want to go for poison? Grab another laser. Yeah, not a particularly good setup. But that's fine. Yeah, let's just get poison. Because at this point, we already have the combo, one of the combos I'm looking for. Honestly, if we just get Cell Ball to mix with the radiation beam, so be it. There's a very silly world where I just do double radiation beam. Why? I don't know. It's just funny. This is kind of a nice disco show, and ripped through that boss in no time flat. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna pick this up, get 3 levels, call it good enough. Snag that. Yeah, so I can't go for the 100 crit flash. I was really hoping we get lucky and pull that off. But it's just not being forthcoming. Okay, now we get Reacher's Spear for no other reason than it's too late. We're not going to be able to pull the combo. I have too many levels to go and not nearly enough time. Luckily, this is not a build that specifically needs anything. You know, Wings of the Anointed, I think, would have been the trick if I were to do anything. Oh, I should have picked up another orb. I'm a fool. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, let's grab Earthquake. Vision. Yeah. And there's our confirmation you cannot fuse 2 identical things together. Which, honestly, kind of a shame. I actually wish you could. I wish that would actually, like, amp their magnitude. The likelihood that I'd be able to make a double nuke, it seems impossible, but, like... There... Come on! You absolute rude game. Gave it to me right at the end. Trying to find the angle where they always hit. I think, yeah, landing it in his face is doing the trick. It's a bit difficult to tell. But yeah, I was wondering, like, how the heck do you make the physicist win this one? Considering it's almost impossible to hit the crown. And obviously, I think the last time we won, just using Pierce. Or the one piercing ball I had or something like that. I might have also done Black Hole Sun against this guy, in retrospect. But, yeah, the juggler just does the trick. I don't think this is a really keen team synergy. I think they're okay. Now you spawn friends. Fool, it cannot save you. I do really appreciate that I can just park my cursor right here and just plunk shots off straight to the crown. All right. So I think I have at least one build left in me that I'd like to try. The question is, how do I pull it off? I think it's going to be... Oh, we have to finish fixing the lift, don't we? Okay, so we now have the snowy shores. Oh, I do actually have some upgrades. That's a shocker. Yeah, the problem is... Oh, God. That is so expensive. I don't need endurance. There we go. That's all I needed. So I'm going to do... I think I'm going to do Empty Nester for this one, and... Okay, I think I'm going to do Empty Nester and Makeshift Sisyphus. It's a combo I usually don't pair together. They don't have a whole lot of good fusions. We're going to have 2 orbs in this cycle. Let's see. I do want Self. That's going to be extremely good. I do want Dark. That's also going to be good. Let's go for Dark first. And we want to go for, I mean, probably Radiant Feather. Radiant Feather is like the #1 thing you want to get on Empty Nester. Well, that's convenient. So what we also are going to need is... Yeah, so the problem is we don't have any of the balls that we need to pull off the combo. I want to make Mosquito Swarm. So that is Brood Ball and Vamp Ball. Well, at least because there's no overlap, if and when they show up, we can just pick them up and not have to worry about it. So I think I'm just going to go for like a... Ooh. Well, this will give me what I need. Is it Bleed? No. It's Brood. Let's see. Snag that. Go for evolution. We do have this one. Yeah, there's no way I can make Earth and Ghost into something that expires. Which sucks, actually, for this build. I think I might have to rethink this one. Yeah, we're just going to abandon this. I'm not going to sink time into a build that's not going to work. Okay. But we're going to do Empty Nester and... Okay, so this build that I have in mind is tricky. We need to do Empty Nester. Unfortunately, Ghost Ball sucks for what I'm trying to do. It has no benefits. What we want is Bomb and Mosquito. So I think I'm just going to go for... Do I want to go for Shield Bearer? We could actually just go for the Itchy Finger. Yeah. Itchy Finger is half of Bomb. That's all we're going to get out of it, but that's okay. So, don't want Wagon Wheel, do want Magic Staff. Alright. This is the stuff. So the big issue is we need to figure out what to do with Ghost. Because sadly, Ghost is completely worthless to me. I mean, I guess I could go for Freeze. There's a very weird world where I actually make 2 bombs. A Freeze Bomb and a Mosquito Bomb. We definitely need the bomb first, though. Do we? I don't know, actually. Okay, we want to go for anything that gives me big base damage, if possible. Alright, I forgot. I remember I used to struggle with this a little bit. Evolution. Do we go bomb? Do we go freeze ghost? Let's go bomb. Because bomb on this character is always wicked good. Okay, so we do want vampire. And then all we need is egg sac, and we're golden. And if I can start making another bomb, that also would be good. It's a lot of moving parts, but at least it'll kind of give me what I'm looking for. I was trying to think of some way that I can make this all in one ball, but no, we're going to have this split across two. Let's see. Don't need wagon wheel. Just going to start going for all of the irrelevant balls and banishing those. Really wish New Game Plus had allowed you to increase the amount of fusions you can do. Or not fusions. Well, I mean, fusions would be lovely. But it would have been really neat if I could, let's see. Not that one. Might as well grab another burn. Because yeah, making a second bomb here is going to be good. Increase the amount of banishes. Like, raising the level cap on certain structures would have actually been really nice. As a, like, New Game Plus perk. That it feels like there's a lot of, I'm going to say kind of no-brainer, quality of life things that you could give players in this tier that would have made New Game Plus even more compelling. Okay, well, I could go for Radiant Feather. Yeah, we're just gonna snag that. We're just gonna go for a couple levels. Unfortunately, until we can get our hands on an Iron Orb or the Brood Ball, we're a little out of luck. Okay. Try and pile some shots onto the side of this sucker. I'm a little disappointed I haven't run into... we haven't seen the Silver Bullet go by, or the Hourglass. Unless we had and they showed up. Being able to lock upgrades would have also been incredible on this one. That's a very common option for these games, and it's extremely handy. There it is. Okay, so we get Egg Sac. We level up Egg Sac. Perfect. Oh, that was a bonus level up. I was wondering about that. I usually don't notice when I get 2. Okay, get our fusion, go for the evolution, get Mosquito Swarm. Ooh, rough time for Mosquito Swarm. Namely, rough time for that second evolution orb right there. Because I need to get 1 level of Mosquito Swarm. And there's not a lot of experience forthcoming at the moment. There it is. Okay. We're a lucky duck. Use them together, or nope, sorry. Mosquito Swarm Bomb. Mosquitoes also inflict hit effects from bomb when hitting an enemy. Okay, that's pretty good. Does that mean that you could do a nuke Skeeto? Okay, here's a question. Equipment. Okay, it does still have the 3-second cooldown. I wasn't sure if this subverted it at all, because that would have been really funny. Okay. Well, there's the hourglass. And I'm just gonna 2 upgrade levels. Ouch. Yeah, the reason why, I wanted to try this with the makeshift Sisyphus beans. Let's see. None of you. Where the heck is my iron? I guess I should fill out my passives. In retrospect. I was hoping to go for silver bullet, but at least we've got the most valuable one. Okay, snag that, just in case. Ow. Yeah, the problem is I can't chain Nuke-Skeeto here. There it is. Finally. We might not make it. Which kind of sucks. Waiting this long to get that iron has been a little killer. I think I'm going to get at least 1 or 2 more. Okay, please let me max out my iron. Because we gotta make a bomb and then fuse a bomb. I think we get 2 more orbs. I think we're golden. And the only problem is I'm not going to be able to enjoy this build. Yeah. As much as I'd like. Okay. So now I've got 2 explosives and 1 not. The Nuke-Skeeto is actually very funny. Or Bomb-Skeeto. Good bomb. Ow, he was still alive? Rude. Okay, didn't pick up the orb. Keeping in mind that it's over there. There's bomb. Alright, perfect. Fusion. Bomb and Wraith. Wraith and bomb. Doesn't matter. So now it's just a freeze bomb. And yeah, the Bomb-Skeeto is actually kind of fun. That's something I probably will play around with at some point with a makeshift Sisyphus run. Because I think it would do even more damage. It would just have the cooldown. I just really wanted to do this with the Empty Nester because it felt like another one of those that could have been good. And I was completely correct on that one. Because now we have effectively smart bombs that heal me. Which actually is like one of the only ways to make the mosquito swarm good. Yeah, let's just reduce the damage we take. And then I think I'm gonna stop leveling up. Would you believe that I actually have not ever looked at this boss's name to realize that it was a queen? It certainly does not look very queeny to me. I apologize. Okay, can I fire these shots through? Yeah, it's just tricky to get the hit in. Well, the Bomb-Skeeto worked immeasurably well. A little tricky to get the whole combo working, considering how freaking resistant it was to giving me... Ooh, that's good damage, too. How resistant it was to getting me that extra iron orb. But hey, it worked, kind of. That was fun. I really like this game. I think it's extremely cool. I think it has so much more to offer, and I sincerely hope that either we get a successor someday, big DLC, or mod support. Any number of those 3 would make it so good. But for now, I guess one last thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. I will come back to this game periodically, I think. But for now, thanks for watching. See you next time.